Tonight, our top story on Gravitas is about China's COVID crime, about its sinister cover-up. 4 years after the COVID-19 pandemic changed the world, scientists have found that it is now beyond reasonable doubt that the virus originated from an animal market in Wuhan. You heard that right. A new analysis of data from the wet market in Wuhan, China, gives an inventory of what was there when the virus first started spreading to human beings. They found humans, animals, and the virus that causes the deadly COVID-19 disease. You see, researchers from the US and France conducted the most thorough genetic analysis yet of hundreds of samples collected in Wuhan during the early days of the pandemic in January 2020. Swabs were used to gather samples from stalls, cages, and equipment at the Wuhan seafood wholesale market. The survey was conducted after it was suggested that the COVID-19 virus may have been first transmitted to humans from an animal on sale at the wet market. Researchers then analyzed the samples to look for fragments of genetic code. The goal basically was to ascertain which animals and viruses were present in the market at that time. And here's what the study has found. Researchers found that one stall in particular was a hotspot for coronavirus. Let me just say that again, a hotspot for coronavirus. A shortlist has been compiled of animals that may have passed the virus on to humans in a transmission called zoonosis and caused the global pandemic. Raccoon, dogs, masked palm civets, hoary bamboo rats, Malayan porcupines were on the list. The findings have been published in the journal Cell, but it does not constitute definitive proof that the virus was first present in an animal at the market before the outbreak. And why is that, you ask? Because they cannot prove that any of the animals were infected. However, the researchers behind the analysis say they are convinced, according to Professor Michael Worobey at the University of Arizona, it's far beyond reasonable doubt that this is how it happened, quote unquote. For the researchers, this is the closest we have come to cracking the origin of COVID-19. They say that the story is very consistent in terms of the findings, indicating that even at the level of a single stall, to the market as being the very likely origin of this particular pandemic. And what's more, even epidemiologists not involved in the study are convinced. They say that the evidence is entirely consistent with the wildlife market origin for the pandemic emergence. But you see, the findings are not enough. Experts warn that since the pandemic, very little has been done to limit the live trade in wildlife. Not much has been done to actually decrease the chance of a zoonotic scenario like this happening again. They warn that this could lead to future outbreaks. Just a few weeks ago, remember, we told you on Gravitas about the potential danger posed by viruses across China's fur farms. We also told you how a report published in Nature journal found dangerous new bat coronavirus as well as dozens of novel high-risk viruses at these farms. Viruses that can cross over to human beings and pose a significant health risk. The report found 11 high-risk viruses that are zoonotic, meaning that they have already been seen in human beings. They also found 13 new viruses across China's fur farms that pose risks for future outbreaks. It's been 4 years since the COVID-19 virus was declared a pandemic. But the threat is still not over. There is no need for debate. Live animal trade carries the risk of future viral disease emergence. At the very least, surveillance of animals and human beings involved in this trade in China and globally needs to be expanded. The threat of the next pandemic is not a matter of if, it's unfortunately a matter of when. As it stands, the COVID-19 nightmare is far from over. Now, scientists have warned that a more contagious variant of COVID-19, dubbed XEC, is spreading more rapidly across Europe. They warn that it could soon become the dominant strain. According to reports, the new COVID-19 variant was first identified in Germany in June, and since then, the XEC variant has emerged in the UK, the US, Denmark, and several other parts. The new variant, which is a sublineage of the Omicron variant, has some new mutations that might help it spread this autumn. Experts say vaccines should still help prevent severe cases. But you see, this is only proof of what epidemiologists have warned. The threat of deadly diseases is not over, especially if it has to do with China's animal trade. The question is, can authorities worldwide pressure China to do more? Will authorities worldwide do more to ensure live animal trade is regulated? To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.